So, yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, that's that. 51 a.m. here. Yeah. If anything dies, I'm suing Pokemon.
Find the outcasts in the Risen Lake. Travel to the ruined era.
Okay, cool. Oh, not a phone call. What is this? Rotototo. This is Kuro. I detect that Maria again.
Yeah.
Talking of power, it seems that when they're going we are going over to would be super surprised.
Oh, I need to do a new raid message.
You because I hate so much. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here today through our simming. And yes, I would do one of those actually through our simming. And our Pokemon. I did that wrong. That's fine. So if you're gonna go back to Iron Dragon, sometimes it's quite a lot. Sometimes the raid is actually dropping over. So if you would like to come on over, give I'm Dragon hello, are you live?
I am live. That's not all. What do I want? Command exclamation raid. Gonna add the new raid joke. There we go. Got that ready. Hello. Hello. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming over with raid. It looks like Enrique's got carried over this time. So that's a good start. Hello, Cindy. I am playing quite a different game from recently. So I would not be surprised if this isn't everybody's bag. Everybody's kettle of fish. Lego, nice. I do have a Lego set I mean to make, but haven't as yet made. I think arts and crafts is the right thing, right kind of category for building the Legos. So I am not an artsy person at all myself. Oh, hello. A temporal rift. I like weird things. I'm always happy to be told a story of weird things. Where does this rift in time take us? To the corrupted lake. I don't think I need to go there yet. New, explore the corrupted lake. Okay, well while I'm here, I shall indeed have a little explore and see what's going on. Burn all the things with fire. Did just yeet that guy off the bridge. It's like, come here, yeet. 30% increased critical strike chance. 45% freeze rate multiplier +1 to snap freeze. I don't have snap freeze. Increased health regen, more spell damage. I think I'd rather have the spell damage. Twitch is in Dutch because I couldn't find a category. I decided to look for it on my Twitch. So I looked for art, but I couldn't find it. I looked for goods, and Twitch showed me the art category. So confused with the categories in English that you can't find it. That is a little bit weird. That is most definitely a little bit on the weird side. He ragdolled off the bridge there as well. It's weird that kind of it's partially I-18 end, which is program speak for regionalized. It's weird that it's partially regionalized, and I said I-18 end for some reason. I could remember the technical term for it, but I couldn't remember the word regionalized. But yeah, it's weird that it's partially done, but not all the way done. Bites. Explore the corrupted lake. Just what is supposed to be here. I mean, it's not much of a lake anymore. It's like a sea of void flesh. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that word, Dinty, but I would love to know what the I'm assuming festival or holiday is about. I like to find out things like that. Increased movement speed, 2 health regen per second, more armor, more dodge. Probably keep them. Keep that as well. Ooh. Actually, look at that, 23% increased critical strike. And 22% more health regen. That is actually a bit of a increase. But if I Chuck her in here. What can I add to it? Currently applied. Available to be applied. Dexterity or vitality. I don't want dexterity or vitality. I can increase armor, intelligence, and health regen. Let's have a bit more intelligence on it.
Pokemon in chat. Throw out those Pokeballs.
That'll do. That'll do, donkey. Sometimes Swisher feels need to translate the category. Yeah, it is just weird, though. Because... Oh, okay. I thought you guys did it all on what we would normally call Christmas Eve, on the 24th evening. I thought that was a pretty standard thing across the Nordic countries. I didn't realise you did it... I didn't realise you did it like this much early. Say early. It's exactly the right time for you. You know what I mean. November until the 5th. Wow. Day I learned. Goes to show that sometimes things aren't just as similar between different cultures as you might otherwise assume. Usually it's on the Saturday. Okay, so it's yeah. No, I had no idea. That's why you said mid-November. That is very fair. But yeah, I had no idea. I guess everyone knows what the UK is really, because it's like the standard Western one. Everything closes early on the 24th. If you work on the 24th, usually you get sent home early, unless it's retail. Retail stays open to the very last second. But if you like work in an office, as long as there's like nothing critical going on, like an outage or something like that. If you work in IT or whatever, then typically you go home at about 2. And then the 25th is the morning where you do your present exchange and all that. Harley is sat on your face.
Yes.
And then all the stuff happens on the 25th. And then the 26th, Boxing Day, you'd normally go and see some relatives, or some relatives would come to you.
Be well.
And you'd exchange some gifts with the family. that's about it. Then you have New Year's Day a week later, which would be another good excuse for a roast meal. So you'd probably end up with 3 roast meals and some Christmas presents from your family. Second Christmas Day there, okay. Yeah, I guess we get Boxing Day, whereas you get Thanksgiving. But for us, it's always the 25th and the 26th as bank holidays. Pardon me. Hey, Harley. I love you too, but I can't really stroke you right now. I'm sorry. Don't stand on my mouse. I need my mouse. No, Harley. That chaos was Harley. Here it's not mandatory to take off the days between Christmas and New Year, but not in every industry. It is legally allowed for employers to reserve an amount of your annual leave, and like especially in manufacturing industries, they tend to just close for that week and say you have to reserve up to 4 days of your annual leave for that. And in a lot of industries, IT, for example, they just have change freezes that entire week. So they tend to let everybody take annual leave except for just like a skeleton crew, just in case something breaks. But again, that's not really official. That's more goodwill. So it definitely isn't the standard. And I guess you don't do that, Henry, because like I said, you guys, you get your 5-day weekends, 4 or 5-day weekend over Thanksgiving, don't you? That's a bigger holiday for you than Christmas almost. We don't get that. We technically have something called Harvest Festival, but you only really do anything at all about that if you're in a school or if you go to church. Otherwise, it's not really a thing. Harvest Festival is a bit earlier. It's normally October time, I think. Harley is not helping at all. Yeah, no, 25th and 26th are bank holidays, and then New Year's Day itself is a bank holiday. So that's why a lot of people tend to take the time off, because usually just 3 days of holiday gets you like 9 days off work because of the weekends and the bank holidays. Yeah, I mean, Americans get really screwed over for paid time off. It's law over here to have 20 days of paid time off and 8 bank holidays for 28 total. And that's minimum law. You'll find that lots of employment, like in IT jobs, I've always had like 33 days. Some places start you at like 33 and you can grow to 36, 38 with long service. You can even sacrifice a part of your salary to buy up to 5 more days of holiday as well. And I know, except for your bank holidays in America, basically, that's it. You get some industries you might get 5 or 10 days of paid time off, but that's it. But at the same point, oh sorry, thank you, Lilo. I have got both ear things in. I will take one out shortly. One out now to spare the hand. But yeah, I know that just 1 week of paid time off is pretty normal, but then we don't tend to have a fixed number of paid sick days or mental health days or things like that. You're just expected to use your holiday for like mental health days and stuff. And whoa. What the heck is this then? The June sandworm gone purple. Oops, that rocket went in the wrong direction. The void on the floor is doing the dot as well. Turns out I can just health regen tank the damage from that thing anyway. Cool. So that's critical strike chance. Really, I don't want to do overload. What was I doing with this? Next melee attack. Well, I don't do any melee attack. Discharge shocks enemies on hit. Imbued lightning. Your next spell deal initial lightning. No. Higher chance to stun. Not really that useful. Yeah, critical strikes deal more damage. Power deals additional spell damage if you have more than 80 charges. So let's run that a bit then. Oh, and my character level up as well. As well as spell. Can I put those points over here? No, I can't. Increased fire. Hold. Increased fire. Damage 7% per point. And lightning. Right, ignite, increased attack and cast speed. I'll have that. So this was just like a side quest zone with some loot and a monster to kill then. But that's okay. Yeah, I know in America you basically paid time off. Standard paid time off is a real joke. anymore. So I didn't need to click it. A drowsy.
Pokemon in chat. Throw out those Pokeballs.
That's what a drowsy looks like, Lilo. Oh, Lilo's been watching me on a pause screen. I'm just listening in real life. Is the burger still on the floor? That is the question of the day. Yeah. I think employee rights and employee well-being is something that a lot of employers underestimate as important for people. The burger has gone. It's not. I don't know. Thank you. I will hydrate. I will have a stretch as well. Oh. Wiggle in my chair. It's one of those objects that de-reses. Yay, we caught the drowsy. Lilo has pictorial or photographical evidence that the burger. While I am enjoying this game so far, really none of the battles have been anything other than just walk around in circles a little bit and cast lots of spells. This game is called Last Epoch, and it is 99%. I don't want that one. Yeah, we'll just leave that one. It's an action RPG. It went into early access in, I think, 2019 or no, 2021. Unlike your standard go places and kill stuff, story includes time travel, which is quite unique. If you've ever played Diablo, it's kind of next gen that. Also, there's supposed to be a time rift here somewhere to take me back to the present time. I would say it's definitely more next gen than Diablo itself, Diablo 3 even. It's closer to Path of Exile. But it's not as complex or as unforgiving as Path of Exile, which has a ridiculously complicated leveling tree, and you have to be very specific about your build in that game, or you're weak and ineffective. So it can be a bit of a learning curve to that one, but it's been fun so far. At the moment, it's only got single player. Lilo was checking the multiplayer update is supposed to be coming. Was it February, Lilo?
Yeah,
March-ish next year. Basically, this is the kind of game I grew up on, so it makes a lot of sense for me to be playing this. More spell damage. Yeah. 35% versus 49. Possible to turn the game sounds just a tad. Yes. Yes, it is. There we go. Turn down the music relative as well a little bit. Available to be applied. Cold elemental damage. Ooh, elemental damage. And spell critical strike chance. Would love some more critical strike chance on this. 38% spell crit, 35% damage, 16 adaptive and 21 mana base. It's more crit but less spell than the one I've already got, but I can potentially upgrade that later. What else? I can increase chance to ignite on hit. Why not? Increase that a couple of times, apparently. Naught forging potential. So that's maxed out. That item is now as good as it will ever be. I'll do. Yeah, so essentially I haven't really found a battle that's required me to do anything other than spam spells. The story is the same as anything. You're a random person that gets caught up in something. You go across these, well, 4 eras of time, backwards and forwards. But somewhere between the Imperial and Ruined era, just a catastrophe occurs, and by the time you get into the Ruined era, it's been basically completely eaten by Void, which is you know, just meat, evil meat that just covers the ground, plant, flesh, whatever. I don't know what it is exactly. But it's there. And we have to stop it. Somewhere between the 2 eras, we have to stop it. And just like any action RPG, there are world drops: white, blue, yellow, green for set, orange for unique. You build up your gear, you build up your spells, you blow some stuff up. Ooh. Green amulet. Another one of those. 62% freeze rate multiplier and 50. I see, I don't have any cold specialisms, so that's not going to help me much. Glyph of Despair, what does that? It sounds very despairing. It has a chance to seal an affix instead of upgrading it. The sealed affix is moved to its own slot, leaving its old slot open. Sealed affix cannot be modified further. Oh, so basically it lets you take one of these 4 attributes, affixes, and move it to a 5th slot, and then you can put another thing on a thing. I'll just save that up for now, but I guess that'll be important in the future. So you can have a roster of multiple characters, and everything that you all these crafting materials here, these are in a roster, in an account-wide, roster-wide inventory, so you can farm them up as different characters and share them over. So,
Welcome, traveler.
or you can go into
May Eterra smile upon you.
or you can go into a game mode where you can't do that, and it is just building up one character. Defend the seer. Got to add the Screaming Dive Part 2, yes. I have reached level 30. Oh, these things are a bit painful. Yeah, I nearly died. Uh-oh, it's gonna oh. Managed to dodge it. They're the only things that have been any kind of trouble to beat yet. Gift. I'm going to. Anywho. So yeah, when I level up I get points, but I can only put them in base or mastery. I'm not allowed to die. I did, nearly. So yeah, I know this isn't the normal kind of Lilo and admin game in terms of what we stream.
Welcome, traveler.
This is definitely the type of thing I play a
May
lot of,
Eterra
though.
smile upon you.
Travel west to Thetima. Thetima? I already know her. Yes, I have kind of finished income. I got to the point where I enabled cheats for a little bit of creative play. And yeah, now I can't go back. It happens. I tend to binge on a game. And absolutely wear myself out on it. I probably would have stopped Dinkum quite a bit sooner if I wasn't streaming it as well, to be honest. And yeah, yes, perhaps when the full version comes out, it might Perhaps when the full version comes out, I give it another go. I'm still definitely open to doing
Pokemon in chat.
multiplayer
Throw out those
game with Lilo at
Pokeballs.
some point. But yeah, for now,
Yes.
it's not going to hold my interest anymore. Increase critical. Where's my one that I took off? That wasn't it. That wasn't it. Oh.
Be well.
Oh, that was it. Oh, I already moved it. Well, that was stupid.
Yes.
There we go. On that note, I'm gonna BRB for a sec. Hello. The bits for him are supposed to be becoming Royal Mail.
Yes.
So far, I haven't actually purchased anything in the shop since basically the first shop you have in the very new bit, just to buy some
Be well.
very basically improved kit. And yet, I still collect all of the gold stuff and sell it for money. Hey, Loki. Yeah, aside from some pretty zones to walk through, it's just a case of walk through, kill stuff, walk through, kill stuff, walk through, kill stuff. Very few of the enemies are actually a real challenge, other than just dodging past a bit. These soul cages have a lot of hit points and do a big splash damage, but when they do it, you can just walk around them like I just did there. And so yeah, it's good, but there could be more to it. No doubt in time there may well be. What's through there? The felled wood. I don't actually need to go to the fell. Yeah, I don't need to go to the felled wood. I need to go to that way. There is a portal there, but I guess I can just look here another time. Well, I guess the portal's just inside the door. It's not. Of course it's not. Why would it be? Stuff that. It's the wrong direction. There's a portal just inside the door that would save me effort next time I need to go there. That's one thing. Okay, I need to change my Q spell because I never use it. Volcanic Orb. Fiery orb that spews burning shrapnel in all directions. A Meteor. That's the one I've already got on it. I normally like Disintegrate when it's there, but I just never use it because it's quite short range. I've already got that one. Never going to use that. Already specialising in that. Don't want the basic zap. That free, so I can freeze things and then run away? Maybe. Let's have fun with Volcanic Orb first and see. Oh, that's so slow. But very effective. Hence the very slow regen time on it. Right, let's try Meteor now. Okay, I'm keeping Meteor. Just drop it on a group of enemies at range. But I don't have a spell that I can do that with at the moment. I can fire a fireball at them and wait for it to get there. I'm definitely going to need some more mana regeneration. I'm going to use this even somewhat frequently. Revives after 2 seconds. Well, of course it does. I am definitely keeping the Meteor spell. Ivy saw you pet Loki, and if looks could kill, well. The Fallen Tower. Haste Shrine. Ooh, this I like Haste Shrines. Problem with them though, they haste movement and casting. They don't haste mana regen. Kind of required for the increased cast rate. And 300% damage reflection. Let's have both of them on then. Ooh, chat. It looks like here, some of them are fighting each other. So that's interesting. I mean, interesting in as much as the game still needs. thought it wasn't going to let me have any gold for a minute. Pangoro. That's a big old
Pokemon
underbear
chat
thing.
Throw out those Pokeballs.
It is nice, yeah. If only you didn't have a cat on you, Lilo, preventing you from typing, you might be able to poke a cat. And you don't have it. It's almost as if you could do with a cat letting you catch the Pokemon. What were you meant to do indeed, Lee? I like the meteor. Is strong, yes. Summons an ice beetle. One of the most pointless things I think I can think of. Two-handed mace. That's exactly what a magic user wants. It's a two-handed ace. Everyone got the Pokemon. Congratulations to the everyone. Happy time zone indeed. All of the time zones bring you the happy. Wow, that is a pretty unique two-handed mace. Look at that. 156% chance to ignite on hit. What's that like? It's gonna like super ignite you? I had a temporary pet, Anreach, yes. Temporary pet. As a result of triggering a shrine, it gave me an ice beetle. Yeah, it was cool while it lasted. One of the character classes in the game is like a druid, a beastmaster. There's also a necromancer type class rather.
Fools.
And obviously they get various pets. Which are more durable than the one summoned by the shrine. Have good meds. Yep. You have quests and you roam around killing things. And there's a big boss and there's stuff you gotta get and do and whatnot. It is an 085 early access release. So I would say that there's a lot more coming to it. And just like all games of this type, there's the story to run through. And then, you know, there's the real game, which is the end game, which I am nowhere near. And that's running the dungeons, partying with friends eventually. I'm not going to do that yet. Raids. all of that happens later on. At the moment, I'm following these quests on the right. You okay? Sounded like Leo dropped something, but I don't know if she did. I don't know, it's good. I'm enjoying it because it's something to grind and do. But yeah, like I've said, the combat's quite samey, really. None of the enemies have really had any great AI. Quests are very thin on the ground. For the amount of time it takes to cross the zones and do them, the world feels quite just like go and kill stuff then. That's not necessarily to say that it's bad. It looks very pretty. The spells are quite satisfying, you know. Static Orb unlocked as a new one. Cast an orb in a direction that deals lightning damage and pulls enemies towards it as it travels. At the target location, it explodes. Might try that later. But yeah, it's other than that, it's your standard hack and slash loot shooter or looter speller action RPG. Commander's branded skull of insulation. Sounds kind of scary. Those birds are a new enemy, but yeah, I know, right? Sounds cool. Probably pan. Oh, I hate those eye things. They're about the trickiest enemy there is because of their seeking us, and then they self-destruct at the end. Once you do enough damage, they just self-destruct. So that's not so bad, at least. Loki did have breakfast. I mean, I think you're using your skull at the minute. But it might be a bit tricky to arrange for it to be turned into a branded skull of insulation. Lilo's saying in the background that it does sound like a cool idea. But yeah, you are both kind of using your skulls at the moment, so I don't overly recommend it. I do like my meteor. When I play games like this, I do tend to specialize in fire, or sometimes ice, or sometimes a bit of both. I don't tend to like the thundery type spells. Lightning and the thunder.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't tend to go for the thundery type one. Nope. 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 Minion damage. See, I don't have any minions. There's no point. I mean, all games like this as well, I just tend to collect every unique item and set item that I get on the way up, and I just leave it in the stash.
Be well.
I might never use it, but I like just being able to have a look at, here is my collection of shiny unique items. I will never use them. Normally games like this have a system of cosmetic enchantments. All you need is the item you want it to look like, and you kind of you have to have had it. Copy the look from, so I tend to just stockpile them. Another door. Already. So whatever this place was called, Darkling Pier. Yeah, that's it. Not huge. Onto the Imperial Dreadnought. Search Harton's Dreadnought. Not really a search with the arrow. Yep, no worries. You have a wonderful sleep. I wish you a wonderful sleep. I'm not telling you to have a wonderful sleep because, you know, you can do what you want. You're a grown adult, but I wish that you have the ability for a wonderful sleep if that is what you choose to have. Or rather a waypoint stone. I'll go through there. You can already tell when I'm losing interest a bit in a game like this. When I'm not bothering to uncover every single part of the mini-map. Normally there's like little side dungeons you can do for a good reason to do it. Everywhere I've gone, I've cleared out all the surrounding areas and I've not found anything. Maybe an extremely rare chest now and then. And by rare I mean not many, as opposed to containing materials that made it worth going to get. Just stand still for some mana regen for a minute. But yeah, the game doesn't really reward you for doing anything other than following the arrow. And I'm always against just playing a story on a fixed line. I like
Pokemon
doing
in
the side
chat.
quests.
Throw out
One
those
reason why I kept
Pokeballs.
playing Lost Ark so much was because it had this massive system of collectibles in every area, which gave you a lot of replayability in all of the different zones. And the only reason I stopped playing it was because I got to the point where, being an MMO, you really did have to play with other people, and they were not at all welcoming, I found, to players who had not done the content yet. So if you didn't know what you were doing, they were just like really rude and dismissive. They would yeet out of the pickups and leave you to yourself. But I mean, how are you supposed to learn it if you can't play it? What, am I supposed to watch YouTube instructions? And that's what I ended up doing after a point. And I'm just like, well, where's the fun in that then? So yeah, and ended up leaving that on a bit. Some games get around that by incentivizing helping first-time players through like instanced content like that. I think it's the right way to do it. And, you know, honestly, I don't remember if they did incentivize that or not in Lost Ark now, because it's been a while since I touched it, but I don't think so. I have reached level 32. Cool, and you know, I'm stronger for it, but also I just Hey, that is somehow a dead end. Where did I miss the turning? Oh, there. Right at the start. Thought that was a dead end. That's why I didn't go that way. Yeah. That is how it be. The Pokemon community game waited exactly for you to need to leave. Raichi is picking on you. I hope it wasn't one of these, because then that would have been really unfair. Crates look the same everywhere you go. Yeah, it isn't like it's on a timer. Absolutely not. Like, the timer underneath my giant floating head, absolutely nothing to do with the PTG. Lilo laughed. in the background on that one. Hence the lovely little emote. Yeah, a free stretch. Who needs a redeem? Fast speed, damage per extra. Yeah. Want that one, so I need this one. Lose the base strip. Reduces the cast speed. We don't want to reduce the cast speed. Why? Because I am cuddly and cute like a small cat. Is that why? That is a good emote, isn't it? Oh, not another one of them things. No, the explodey eye thing. I think I was increasing area of effect. Yeah, everywhere I've gone, the piles of trash look the same, the chests look the same. Oh, another glyph of despair. If I remember correctly. Yeah, has a chance to seal an apple. It's that one. Also reminds you of Divinity. It does have a... Oh, right. Excellent. That's Admiral Harton who we've been looking for. Thanks, game. A corrupted crab beast of lightning and poison. Essentially, the story, as I understand it so far, seems to be that the bad guys make a deal for dark magic and accidentally destroy the entire world. So you get sent back in time to stop them. Backward, forward, left and right, through time. I don't want to break myself on your body, thank you though. At least I was polite about it. I am nothing if not polite. I'm mostly just walking around waiting for my mana to regen at this point.
Fools. The immortal empire shows no mercy.
See, how can you be immortal if I can defeat you by blowing you up with some spells? Basically, that's what I would like to know. You see, that fight itself
Hurry,
wasn't...
break these chains.
like a particular challenge. Quickly, can you swim like a stone?
Just give me the signal, and I'll be
Best
right
time to
behind
learn
you.
is now. Okay. Signal to
Ready
Auric
for a
and
swim?
jump. You gain ward when you still use a skill that costs at least 40. I need to play with that a bit more. When you cast a spell, you gain arcane momentum, increasing your cast speed. When you drop below center, you are granted a burst of ward. Ward retention, plus 10 points. Definitely need to play with ward a bit more. Because that's elemental shielding. And it's free as a side effect of these points, so... Free to be whatever.
These robes are not meant for swimming.
Quite the swim, eh?
Where are we? If I'm not mistaken, we're dangerously close to Majelka and the immortal Emperor's worm of a servant, Spymaster Zurich. But don't you worry, I have a plan.
We have
What
to
is
get
the
back to the
plan?
outcasts. I know
We have
someone
to
who
get
can
back
help.
to the
We'll have to go
outcasts.
into the city of Majelka.
What are we
haven't
waiting
been formally
for?
Introduced. I'm Ulrich.
Not sure I should do
Pleased to
accents
meet
either.
you.
What do you mean? That was an excellent
Majelka is just
impersonation of
beyond
his
this
rubbish. Aid from an Oracle, Chapter 5. That really is a giant squid. Why am I picking up blue iron? Oh dear. They just fill you up. A necromancer that raises skeletons, but you didn't get a chance to raise nothing with some fireballs coming at you. Coming at you like Cleopatra. Oops. It was spells, and it was this one. No, not melee. Gain more charges when you hit, don't care. I don't even remember what I was doing on this one. Higher number of maximum charges, more range. Haste when you discharge, more range. Gain charges while moving much faster. No. Gain charges faster while moving. Ooh, shock armor. Shock enemies when hit. No. Additional damage. There we go. Do more damage. More damage. More damage. More. How do you like it? Oh, temporal rift. Oh, it's behind a door I can't get through. That scorpion was in a wall. Aye. So there'd be a door here. Can't get through that right now. It's a shut door, innit? Draco snoring. Wow, that is a big old
Pokeball in
scorpion.
the chat. Throw out those Pokeballs.
Tracy and the Molilo. A Marowak. Catch those Pokemon. Oops. I used all my mana. Mana? I already know her. Wow, that kind of hurt. Okay. Probably stand still and let my mana regen a little bit. Because that fight took a lot longer than it needed to, just because I had no mana for it. Oh. Thank you. I will. In fact, have a stretch, and I only just hydrated a moment ago. And I'm now out, actually. Oh no, I've got a bit of the other kind. I'll have the other kind. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Another giant scorpion. Ow! Thank you very much for the redemptions, ladies and gents. I appreciate it. We have learned that apparently I can't dodge these giant scorpions very well. Oh! Delivery. What was it you were trying to get off them? If it's something you're able to answer. Oh. Well, that's the first time I died. Except for being sent back a bit backwards a bit. There doesn't seem to have been any downside to it. Loki was standing in front of me at the time, so I couldn't actually kind of see my screen and cast. So I just shrugged my shoulders and accepted it. Resitting an essay you missed. You want to complete it, even though you've graduated. Fair enough. Yeah, I imagine largely the people are going to be thinking, well, you've passed already. You don't need to. We're actually pinning them down to help. Yeah, Lilo's got this gigantic box that's just turned up. And it's basically just got cat treats in it or something, because it jingled like a cat treat. Unless she's got getting me something for Christmas that has bells on, and I don't even want to guess what that could be. Okay. Thanks, Lilo. Doesn't mean to have done it all, but my brain and peace of mind, I guess I just want all the work done so I can save the best work put into it and get the best resulting grade. Okay. Did you manage to get a 2-1? Is a first potentially in the offing? Is that your thoughts? Or a 2-2 up to a 2-1? It could be important if you're considering a Masters at some point, I guess, to have the best possible you can. So yeah, definitely worth pushing for it. Hopefully to bump to a first. Nice, yeah. Yeah, it can matter when you're looking to apply for a master's course as well, can't it? A higher grade, the individual unit marks. If they see that there's one missing, even if there's a good reason and they're human about it, then it's still a splodge there, showing that something is not completed. Splodge. I didn't say spodge, no. I meant to say splodge. I might have said splodge. Yeah, but it still doesn't hurt. Have the best possible outcome from all of your hard work. As I am sure I've said on stream before, I have a theory that you can only learn so much. And each different person has their own individual capacity, of course. But once you reach that, you're really going to struggle to learn new things. It's moved too quick. They look like Marowaks. Look at them with the little skulls on. Pokemon fan drew these. God. These scorpions are real gifts. Oh, look. Oh, thank God for that.
How do you even know
His
if
head
you
stopped
have
twitching.
proper posture?
I have terrible posture. Thank you for checking. Oh. There we go. I mean, getting yourself a 2-1 with the possibility that you're close enough to get up to a first on the basis of just one more bit of work. I mean, that's no small feat. Be very proud of it. Again, as I'm sure I've mentioned before, I didn't even do A-levels. I already knew that that kind of learning wasn't for me. I just couldn't, I don't know. Now in the last few years I've become aware that it's probably ADHD. Return shortly. I was unable to study a subject that I didn't have an interest in. I wasn't able to make myself. I couldn't force myself to care and do it. And the problem, of course, with a lot of degrees is you've got to have 2 or 3 subjects to like support that degree with underpinning knowledge. But then, well, what if I don't care? What if there isn't what if one of those subjects is something I really hate? So I couldn't make myself do it in the end. Like if I was gonna, at the time, if I wanted to like do a computer science degree, I would have had to have had... Oh, nice. Secondment. Well done. Yeah, I knew I wouldn't be able to take those kind of enabling subjects. There just really wasn't any point me trying. Scatterbug appears. I have no idea what that is.
Posting all in the chat.
I mean,
Throw
it
out
looks more
those
like a little
poke
owl
balls.
than a bug, but okay. Jesus Christ, I definitely need more mana regen. Come on! I just got surrounded with no mana, so there was no way that was going to end well. Loki really thinks he can have your chair. Okay, mana regen really hurting me at the minute. Bad things are going well for you over there, Lila. That is always going to be a weird thing to say to her. I think part of it depends on the job, of course. Some jobs do need and benefit from a degree. IT? No, not really. You can do an amount of prep learning, foundational knowledge, definitely. You only really need to do comp sci if you're going to be a programmer. And then you need maths. And it's just... That's what I struggled with. I would have had to have done maths to do comp sci. I didn't want to do maths. Really didn't care that much. He just wanted the... What is it? The Ghost Pepper or whatever the world's highest Scoville one is. He just wanted like a Resin cast one.
Fools.
Yeah, I ended up doing a national traineeship, but I mean, even that was less than pointless. All it really did was teach you how to use Microsoft Office. And I was, the job I had with it. Oh, wow. The job I had with it was, it's an IT technician. I think it was IT assistant, my job title might have even been. I learned much more from that. But then, because of my strong interest in IT, I just have to be the kind of person that's shown something basically once, and I can remember it. Yeah, I like... Loki! Go! He's trying to get out one of your pop vinyls. I think he does want to be fear baited, yeah. Or he wouldn't have, yeah, that kind of thing. Right, I'll be back in a Mersey. Okay, I'm back. Loki is standing in the way. That's very helpful, Loki. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not certain he would still care that much, so it's not £18 worth. Probably not. But yeah, absolutely. I think one of the things you do at school should be just basic office skills, you know? Learning how to use not just Microsoft Office, but also like G Suite, LibreOffice, so you can work on all of the major systems without really any troubles. Jesus Christ. What is this? Not having any mana potions is a bit of a problem, game. Supposed to defeat things if I have no mana with which to cast spells. Yeah, I totally think that's worth schools teaching. However, I was in IT as a technician, you know, I needed to learn about networks and servers. I didn't even know what an IP address was. Something as fundamental as subnet masks I didn't actually understand until I started my 4th job. That is kind of basic knowledge. It doesn't have to be like vendor specific training, just fundamentals of stuff. That's the kind of thing I should have been learning. And yeah, I managed to get nearly 4 years into my career before I learned subnets and the difference between switching and routing. Great. I remember an issue I had setting up a router for a school, in fact. And I didn't understand routing. Now in hindsight, I remember the exact problem I had, and I could have done it in a second now, with everything I know. Time, just didn't get it. I didn't even know it to explain it to my then boss, who didn't really care, as long as I was just billing minutes. He was the worst boss I ever had. A chap named Dave micromanaged me on stuff I knew and left me hung out to dry stuff I had no clue what to do with. Worst boss I ever had. Quit after 2 months. Absolutely terrible. Yeah, exactly. I totally think that kids could be taught at school how to balance a checkbook, the benefits and downsides of using finance.
Fools.
What happens when you go bankrupt if you don't pay off your debts? That kind of thing. What a good credit score can mean for the borrowing rates you get, things like that, you know. And a lot of people who like educated, stuff that parents are supposed to teach but assume that schools are teaching or haven't learned themselves, you know. As the world's changed, some people, they just don't keep with the times and they don't learn the things that have changed. Like, I know for a fact a little while ago, so we have something called the
Pokemon.
In fact, I don't even know the name of it. That's how bad it is. Wow. Lilo, you know the code that drivers have to learn, like the rules of the road. Highway code. There you go. No, I just meant the highway code. Literally the highway code. So, a little while ago, the highway code was changed. The highway code is our rules of the road, who gets priorities at traffic lights, when you should stop, when you should go, blah blah blah. All of that. You have to take a test on it when you first learn to drive. They changed them. I think it was either last year or the year before, but they changed it. They changed the priority. So it used to be that on a road, the vehicle in the lane had the priority. Pedestrians had to wait for you and couldn't just run out. Or you'd have priority on the road. But they changed it. They changed it so any pedestrian crossing the road or in the road has priority over a vehicle, which I think kind of makes sense. They didn't make any of the drivers retest that. Yeah, they do. They change them all the time. But they don't make drivers retest. I've never once had a letter saying, oh, by the way, you have a driving license and these rules are changing and you should know about it. So, if something as simple as driving, that we do every day, many people do every day, can change, and we can just be not aware of it and not keep pace of it. There's so much in adult world that even just teaching kids once about isn't going to be sufficient, you know? But at least if we can teach people once all of those things on their way through the education system, then it's going to be better than never having had it. Teach people that these things do change and where to check. At least they'll know to check if they're not sure. You know? So, leading school, leaching refuge. Can you see how there's dots on this? And there's a dot at the start and the end on that one. But there's only a dot at the end on that one. And there's only a dot at the start on that one. I think it's prefixes and affixes. That's got a prefix and an affix. That's a falchion of stillness. That's an affix. This is a leeching refuge. That's a prefix. That's a Dark Gladius. She's got two prefixes, lightning and void, as a result of being dark. Okay, cool. We learned something. So yeah, getting back to that, there are a lot of practical skills that are not taught. When a lot of educators will say, oh yeah, but we're teaching kids to learn. Actually, no. No, you're teaching kids fact, and exams teach them to remember
time for the hard part.
Those facts. Defeat the Imperial forces and find the emeralds, sapphire, ruby, and diamond sigils. We teach kids to pass exams. We don't teach kids to learn. I would wager that the way kids are taught to pass exams puts them off learning more than makes them interested in learning. It doesn't teach them good study behaviour. I know that American schooling, a lot of clever kids who can just skate by on minimum effort don't learn the skills necessary to study and the self-discipline needed to actually make it through college well. Oh dear, wow, he really killed me. class on how to study. A class on how to write a good essay. I mean, I remember being taught when I was in primary school the structure of a letter. Hello. I remember being taught the structure of a letter, but I have never, ever been taught the structure of an essay. I've never learned how to, you know, research and cite your sources. I never had to do any work in primary or secondary school how to do that. Yeah. And then, of course, none of that's then adjusted for neurodivergency or anything like that.
Fools. Fools.
This doesn't exist in the first place to be adjusted for. That ones you do learn, do you? Okay. We don't. I guess on this one, I will be putting Meteor, because I'm using Meteor. And I get a minimum of 5 to start off with on this. Deals more damage. Drains the Craterborn buff, increasing fire damage and cast speed. Meteor has a chance to stun. Yes, please. Cruise the Brit Strike chance. Need a bit of that. 2 points. Aftermath. After you cast it, you recover a portion of the mana spent. Okay. 30%. I will definitely have 30% of my mana back for casting that spell. Ivy is now wiggly. Hello, Ivy. Better have a bit more ward since I'm dying more now. Yeah, we don't have classes that teach that kind of things. We don't have. I don't know if all schools in America do it, but I know civics is a thing in some areas in some way. We don't learn any of that. I didn't even know that we actually have a constitution of sorts. We're a monarchy, so we don't have a formal one, but we still have something. I just thought we had none of it because, you know, we're a hereditary monarchy. But like, the purpose of school is to prepare people to be productive adults, surely.
Let's see. It should be right here.
And that was this week's episode of Admin Makes the World Right Again. Oh! I done deaded again. We definitely have history. But of course, there's so much for us. And it's far from extensive, as Lilo points out, yeah. Because we have... I mean, we've got a lot of inheritance from Roman Empire, really. A lot of our towns and early infrastructure was kind of built by them and has endured. So we actually learn a fair bit about that. But that's not really all that relevant these days. We barely cover the World Wars. Which, of course, England was a massive part of. Better off with us. God damn it. Yeah, history of roads, bridges, canals, that was it. Yep. I remember I did bits on Henry VIII, the Tudors. I might have done a passing bit on World War I at some point. But I learned more about World War II from, you know, historical movies than I did in school. Pop culture. Well, in primary school, where I grew up was an area that was reclaimed below sea level. And it was all like islands and sea banks. So we learned quite a lot about that because it was local history. We did a school trip and we went and saw where the old train tracks used to be. Which is great local significance, don't get me wrong, but on a grand scheme of things, not much help. Not very transferable. Right, I am getting sleepy, so I'm going to end up here. Just have a quick look and see if there is someone. Yeah, no, there's not really anyone for me to raid over to, so in that case, I am just going to wind up. Yeah, take a big yawn. I feel really sleepy after this. Possibly that was all the intense adulting and, you know, having that old codger hit the car this morning. Thank you for coming over, everybody. Appreciate you lots. Have a lovely day and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Pokemon in chat. Throw out those Pokeballs.